What is up, dudes? In this episode, we're going to check out some new farms. We will check out some excavation work I've been doing recently. The chickenizer got an upgrade, woot, and we will check out our first little storage room in the fortress. It's TheeRealDuke, and that's all happening right now. Oh yeah, what's up, dudes? It is TheeRealDuke, and I am coming to you from the Craftage Minecraft server, hosted by InfiniteHeights. How's it going? What you guys been up to? Yeah? Awesome. Well, let me show you what I've been up to, and it's not in this direction. Back up the hill. Here we go. So, first thing I want to show you, I don't know what to, yeah, let's go this way. Alright, so, remember the farming platform that I built before? We got some trees coming in now. I'm force growing these taller trees. It's not hard. Pro tip, if you want to figure out how to do it, it's very easy. This is like, it's not 100% accurate, but maybe like 85 to 90% accurate. Out of all these huge trees, the only ones I've had to chop down, I think I've only maybe had to chop down 3 or 4 of them because they didn't grow right. They grew weird and weren't big ones. Now, all you do is you have a dirt block where you want your tree to grow from, and then you have 5 solid blocks next to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not my idea. I found this. I don't remember where, but it was a while ago. Anyway, 5 solid blocks next to it. The game tries to pick what size tree to grow, and it keeps checking for blocks, for air blocks, where the air blocks are, and it ends up growing because of the position of the cobblestone or whatever solid block you choose. So I mean solid versus transparent, like glass blocks will not cut it. Because of the way, I guess, oak trees grow. Because of the way oak trees grow, you can't put another oak tree there or oak logs there. That won't work because they grow right on top of each other. But so solid blocks, I just use cobble to be sure. Dirt will work, I believe. Anyway, the game tries to pick a spot to grow a tree and what size tree to grow it. It checks for air blocks. It sees that there are these 5 things right here next to where it wants to grow a tree. So the only way it's going to grow a tree is if branches and leaves happen above that level, and that guarantees a leaf block. Now, the chances of the game growing a tree like that aren't as high as they are if it was just growing like a little stubby tree. And we'll talk about the birch trees in a second, but so it takes longer. You just got to wait. I put a little torch there right next to it to help it along. Maybe that'll speed it up. I don't know if it speeds it up or not because I didn't ever try it without torches. But I've been playing for a couple hours, obviously since the last episode. And this is what I got so far. So that's kind of a cool shape there. This one's not quite that big, but it's still good. This is another good shape. So here we are. Moving on, here we are down on the farm pads. I don't know what exactly I put here. I've been just throwing a row of oak saplings here to harvest for wood. And then I put this at, I believe, 9. This cobblestone, it's somewhat of a roof. So I go here and then I plant a sapling, right under here. Sapling, 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 sapling. And what's going on? Is it? Oh, it must be raining. And so sorry, I got the sniffles. Anyway, so this prevents the oak trees from growing into huge oak trees like these, and it keeps them small and nice and neat, so they are easy to cut down and harvest. I have thunderstorms. They're not in here, but I have a mess of apples. It's crazy. I don't know if apple spawning got tweaked or, I almost said twerked. I don't know if apple spawning got tweaked, but dear God, not twerking. Anyway, I got a lot of apples, is what I'm trying to tell you. So here is what I got for a wheat farm. And I come by here all the time because I like checking out the base. It's one of the reasons I spend time making a cool base. I make it a place I want to hang out. So I spend a lot of time coming by. And this is, I think, the only size wheat farm I'm going to need until maybe we get horses and I feel like some hay bales or something like that. Not sure, but I'm just going to finish ripping through this, and then I will show you something over here right when we look up. It's going to be sweet. So basically, it's just, 4 tilled columns of dirt as wide as the water source. No big deal. Let's put these over the water source so you can come down, up and down off of these half slabs without breaking the crops. And from that little bit, I got 28, which is enough to breed 14 baby cows, which again is all I'm using that for. So not too shabby. So what else I want to show you today? Well, I found some birch leaves. You know, when I was trying to deck out the storage room before, I was like, oh, you know, it would be cool if I could use some of this white wool I got from, you know, all this string I have from the cave spider spawner, cave spider grinder. And I was like, oh, I'll pair it with some spruce wood. And so I went to check out some spruce wood to see if I could find some nearby. I could not, but I did find a huge birch forest. And so I was like, oh, it might be cool if I could keep it lighter under there and use some white wool and some birch wood and, you know, kind of keep it bright because it is dug underground. I don't like digging underground usually unless there's a lot of light and windows. And so I kind of decked it out with that. So these are why I have birch trees here. I don't know if we'll keep it that way, but they're growing. They're growing. The other thing, one of the other things I want to show you before I jump off the edge here in excitement. Last episode I talked about hooking this out here, curving this out. And this is where I've been doing some excavation in there. You can kind of see I poked some holes. Poke some holes so you can see in, and so I could see out, so I could figure out where I was. But basically I'm going to curve this out, and I marked it out and I forgot to count, but we'll see what radius circle this is. This quarter of a circle is going to be here. I'm going to need a lot of glass, so I'm going to have to head down over there into the desert. But basically I'm going to kind of have this domed off here and round it out, and then we'll do wall crenellations. I think I'm going to have a path so that I can walk straight there from here, and then we'll have another way to get in from up top. But how do we get in there for right now? Because I got another farm in there. You can see it right there, and it is automated somewhat, and we will go check that out now. So here is how you get in. I just had this, I guess, plugged up because I keep falling down here, and it's not that I fall. I just kind of do this, but every time I'm walking past here, I'm like, oh, geez, what happened? And because I always forget. Anyway, so down the hatch we go, and what do we got here? Not a huge space, but oh sweet, another wart farm, and there's a button. But anyway, let's check this out first. So we can see we are right underneath the stairs that come down to the farming platform. It's over there. There's some coal here, which is why this is all dug out and weird, but there it is. Ugly dirt there that we gotta hide, but anyway. So we can see it from there, so I'm thinking a little path. So there are the crenellations. We won't need crenellations over the little path, so we might have to figure out a way to smooth that out. We'll see. But from there, probably just 3 wide. Right, so from here, 1, 2, 3, it will come to here. It wouldn't be too bad. We'll see. But basically, this is the edge of the walkway above. It's on this axis here. And what I'm looking at is if I got to make a quarter of a circle, what do I want the radius of that circle to be so I can go check it out? You know, I just pull up paint, get down to pixel level, like MS Paint, get down to pixel level, draw a circle with this radius, and then I use that as my model for how to get the rounded edge. And so if I'm here, and I went there, and then I just basically came over this far, and I was like, this is about far enough for it to be rounded off. It's hard to see right now without jumping around, but it's about even with the end there, so I thought it would be a good proportional spot. So we will just figure out this radius, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Good odd number. It was actually this one before. That's why the cobble's there, which was 10. And I was like, odd number. I like odd number stuff. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, I'm going to find a circle with radius 11. I'm going to kick out a rounded platform there. I'm going to build some crenellations up around it. We're going to dome it off. That's probably going to be for next episode. Maybe the one after, because I want to get working on the tower too. But then down this hallway is nothing. I just kind of kept tunneling, just to keep tunneling. I hit another coal spot here, which went on for quite a bit, which is sweet, because I love those new coal blocks. Burning out my ovens, my furnaces. So the other farm that I built in the meantime was my nether wart farm. Now, this is obviously not ready to harvest because this is a ripe nether wart, I guess. I'm going to call it ripe. Anyway, this is a fully matured nether wart. These are obviously not ready to rock and roll, but I'm going to hit the button anyway just to show you what it does. This is brutally simple, painfully simple redstone. that I did to do this, and this is just out of laziness. So when I will come down here, if either I'm coming that way or from above somehow, I doubt very much is going to be the entrance from above. It's probably going to be back there somewhere. But basically, I come down just like that. And then we just walk by and harvest. No big deal. Now, this I didn't get very many nether wart because there were only two of them ready to pick, but you get the idea. I still got 6 to show for it, which is not too shabby. So let's just go check out the redstone. I don't know why I pulled my sword out. I mean, no offense. But basically what happens is when you push the button, the redstone comes down here. The redstone signal comes down here. Now this block here is touching the piston. If you don't know a lot about redstone, not a problem. But basically what happens is the repeater right here will send power into this cobblestone block, which will power all the blocks that touch one of its faces. And one of its faces includes the piston, again, which is right there. And so it will shoot that after a 1 tick delay because it's set to 1. Right, now it's full, now it's 1. So after a 1 tick delay, after I hit the button, that piston's going to push everything in that direction. And then after a 4, 8, 12 tick delay, this piston here is going to push everything back. That is it. There's no special weird timing mechanism or anything like that. The timing mechanism is just these repeaters. It's just 1 pulse from the button, and it shoots down. It pushes this way. After 12 ticks, the piston pushes back that way. That's it. Piece of cake. And then this is just a lever to power this, right? So the lever powers this block, and this block will power anything that touches it, any of its faces, which is this one. So, and then there's just 3 of them. Doing a weird lighting glitch up there, though, right? That is weird. Anyway. So that's all that's back there. I don't really need to leave this open, but I don't know if what's going to happen in terms of pathways and stuff, because right about here, we're in line, but I think a little bit lower than our, quite a bit lower, maybe, actually, than our storage room. But to get to it from here is definitely not going to be a big deal. So I might have to squirrel through there. But let's go check out the storage room now. There's currently no way to get there easily from here. Sorry about that. You're going to have to go this extended, protracted ride up a ladder. And we're back. So why do I want to extend the tower before we go down there and check out the storage room? Why do I want to extend the tower next time? Well, this is really bugging me. And I always had this idea to just kind of put this inside a cool, huge tower, like a mage tower of some kind. I don't know, but this can't be here. Obviously, I just threw it down when I had some open space where it was well lit, and that's all it is. But, yeah, check it out. 52 apples. Not too shabby, right? I just want to dump these in there because I'll forget. So let's head down. Now, currently the only way to enter the storage, well, there's 2 ways to enter the storage. One from above here, and that is through this door down here. Now, in the meantime, I've added this because I like the little reveal here. It's just a half slab on the bottom half of the stair block. Anyway, I dropped the floor 1 level in here so that I could fit more stuff. And here is the storage room. Now, I know what you're probably saying. Why don't you have the chests stacked right on top of each other? Because you can do that because they don't count as solid blocks, so they can open with them above them. And that's true. But real quick to finish my train of thought before, this is the other way to get in. This is just the ladder way to get down to, you know, the mine, or up from the mine and from the breeding area where the chickenizer is. And this is the jump tube to get down to the mine, you know. Actually, let's go check out the chickenizer before we talk about this. It'll just take 1 second, but I want to show it to you. Hold the thought about why in the world I wouldn't just stack them on top of each other. Now this is a freaking mess right here, I tell you what. But what we notice in here is no eggs, which is great because that means the eggs are getting recycled up into the top. Oh, look at that perfect timing. Beautiful. Look at that cooking chicken coming in there. It must be morning. I love the smell of fresh chicken in the morning, which may actually be true. Anyway, point is, any little dudes in there? A couple. So what I did was, which I said I might do, I added a sorting system to this, which pulls all the eggs out of here because there's some time that elapses where the chickens inside are mature and they start laying eggs. So I get a bunch of eggs in here. What I need are feathers and cooked chicken, not eggs. So let me show you the quick sorter that I made. Now it is quick, but it is massive. I have a whole lot of room to work in here, so I didn't really worry too much about, you know, keeping things compact. I just didn't have to. So I didn't. If you need to, I may not even be the dude to ask about that, to be honest, because I'm not some kind of redstone genius like AC Tennis AC or Etho or Setling or anything like that. But anyway, I have a basic working knowledge, and it is serving me well, so let's just get into it real quick. It's very easy. I'll explain to you how this works. So, this hopper pulls down from this chest, okay? And this hopper actually pulls down from this hopper, okay? And there's a redstone signal here, so this one just will not activate. This won't let anything go, because when there's a redstone signal hitting a hopper, it stops the hopper. Now you can see this repeater points into this block, so if a current goes to this repeater, it's going to turn this torch off, which releases the current from here, which allows items to flow through into this hopper, and items in this hopper to flow out. Now, if the comparator's here, and if there is one more item dropped in here, this comparator will send out a 2-strong signal. This will pull power from this block, which is now powered because of the redstone from the 2-strong signal from up here. It will turn power into here, push it in here, which will shut this off, which will allow an egg to fall through. Now, why will an egg fall through and not a feather? Well, the feather can't go into one of these oak wood spots because it's not oak. And the feather can't go into the egg spot because there's already eggs there. So if there was maybe another oak log, for example, it would pull the first thing in the row here, which is another egg, and then there would be 3 eggs in here all the time. Does that make sense? That's how, this is a very basic, simple sorter right here. This is the entire contraption. This will sort whatever you put into this hopper, 4 of in the first spot. It will sort it. Okay? That's how that goes. So then over here, after that point, it's very simple. I just have, which I could have just tied this in by going that way into the other dropper chain to push the eggs up, but I didn't, and I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. Anyway, it just kind of shoots the eggs along here into here. When this comparator reads that there's something in here, it sends a redstone signal into this repeater. The repeater then, this is a torch. The repeater then unpowers this torch, which allows this is just a vertical 2-tick clock. And it allows this to run, and it just goes not quite that fast, but it goes like tick, 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 and that puts power into this and into here. It just kind of runs along here, into this repeater and this repeater, and that powers the whole thing. It just pulses, and it's like tick, 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 and it does the whole thing. Now I don't want to throw anything in there. Let me see if I can. There are no eggs in here. There's 4 in there. You know what? I'll take this egg out. No big deal. No big deal. Don't tell anybody. So when I put it in, you'll see what happens. See it flash twice? It just flashed. Got the egg out. Should have. Oh no, there's still one in here. It doesn't actually, the clock doesn't tick long enough to clear it from here, but I have a constant stream of eggs in here. So there's always eggs moving in and moving out. So there you go. You heard it. You saw it click. You heard it click twice. Anyway, so that just pushes it up the top into the dispenser that shoots eggs in the top here as if they were coming from over there. Same dispenser. And that's how we keep this free of eggs. Pretty sweet. Nice and slick. And then every morning again, I have the daylight sensor. I have the daylight sensor set up to just, you know, cook them off. So pretty slick. I don't have to keep dumping eggs out of here. I don't know. I like it. Anyway, so let's go back up real quick and check out the storage room again. So, back to that question, why in the world don't I just stack them on top of each other? You know they fit, you jerk. They can open. Well, I think it's very rude of you to call me a jerk, but maybe I do deserve it. But I'll tell you why. There's no good reason why I don't have them stacked right on top of each other other than the following. When I first had a build worth anything on a survival multiplayer server, when I was still a brand spanking shiny new noob to Minecraft, I thought this was how you had to do it. I just had no idea that there were... I treated the chests like they were actual chests, and so, you know, the Minecraft logic where you just kind of can stack things on top of each other hadn't occurred to me yet. And so for compactness sake, I didn't really think about it like that. So I just kind of stacked them back, and I thought I was clever, honestly, because, you know, you can actually walk on the first one and reach the second one very easily. And people saw this and were like, why you do this? And I was like, well, why don't you do this? And I had no good answer. But I do it when I make my first room. Honestly, I just out of nostalgia, just for nostalgic purposes, this is how I set it up. I have space, so I don't really worry about it. If I was at some severe space limitation, I don't know why I would pick a place for my spot to start that would have that severe space limitation, but if I did, rest assured I will do that. And also, if, you know, when later I set up a huge sorting system, when that happens, yeah, I will set things up as efficiently as possible and do it. But for right now, I just kind of, you know, this brings me back to the days when I was a shiny young Minecraft noob. But basically, so let me show you some of the details around here. This is my I guess my potion chest up here, just kind of hanging through the floor, no big deal. I still think that's cool up there. Anyway, I don't have anything in these chests because I dread organizing things. I'm terrible at it. I hate it. I hate it. It is just not within my nature to do. So I avoid it at all costs, but I realize I am too cramped upstairs, and if I need to, and you know, I need the space to be cleared up, which is, I guess, right there. I need the space to be cleared out so that I can actually get to work on building the tower, and if there's chests all over the place in the way, I'll never know what the first floor actually looks like, so I will clear it out, and basically, that's pretty much why there's nothing in these chests. So I know I gotta do it. I just, you know, with the farms, with my sweet farms and growing trees outside and stuff, I just didn't. I got distracted. All right, just stop yelling at me. I'm sorry. Moving on. Why is this back wall like all dirt and stuff? I didn't mean to break those actually, but I guess that's fine. This is the rest of the mountain. This is the main pathway on the first floor, or on the top ground level, and it goes here. The grass is growing here because this is just the other side of the mountain. That's how thin this is here. So I'm not sure if I'm actually going to put things here or reinforce this so I don't break through accidentally, or plan the space into some part of a build and then it's not there. So I guess we got exposed cobblestone here. Is that true? Oh, is that true? Yeah, we do. But it looks kind of like it's part of the foundation, so I guess that's okay. Huh. Weird. I'm going to get that pumpkin. Anyway, let's go back inside. Diggy diggy. So, yeah. So for next episode, geez, what do we want to do? We got a lot to do. I'll try and sort out my crap. I don't want to, but I'll try and sort it out. I will try and get this up here cleared out. All these chests. It's not even that much. I hate it. It's really not very much at all. But anyway, we'll try and get these sorted out. I got some frames. Plenty of frames. Tons of leather. I got me a looting sword. So we're good with leather. We're good with leather and steak. We're good with leather and steak. Like if I can pronounce things. Anyway, we're good with leather and steak, which is nice. All the breeding and stuff with the cows is paying off big, especially with the looting sword, you know. So we're good like that. I don't know if we'll need any more animal farms. Eventually, I'd like to have one of everything you can farm. But anyway, back to what we were talking about next episode. So I'm going to try and have this walled off, but that is going to need a protracted trip to the desert, and I don't want to tear up the desert and make the desert look like crap. So that might take longer than it needs to, just because I want to preserve how cool the desert looks. If I'm digging from it, I want to make it look natural, so I'll probably just like shave off the top there. I'd like an inventory full stacks of sand. I think that should be good. Because I'm going to need a lot of glass. I'm going to make a huge tower here, but I want it to be open, and I want it to be airy, but I want a lot of light in. I want to be able to see. We're going to have some really great views from up there of the terrain and stuff around, so we're going to go up there. So that means I'm going to have to cook some stuff off, so we're going to need some furnaces back. So maybe we'll do a huge smelting setup. Maybe we'll do a big smelting setup, or at least, 4 furnaces cooking, firing away. What else? I need glowstones this time. I'm getting sick of these torches. I think it's about time to get rid of them. So I might need might be also a protracted trip to the nether for some glowstone. Oh, that's going to be a nightmare, but we need to do it because these torches ain't cutting it anymore. The base is starting to come together and look pretty good. And I think it deserves a lighting upgrade. So who knows? Maybe next episode will be lighting upgrade. Maybe it'll be glassification, which would be huge amounts of glass making. I've just called it. Maybe it'll be me dying again in the nether. Who knows? But all I do know is that for right now, I think that is it for this episode. I really genuinely hope you dudes enjoyed watching. Thank you so much. Check out my YouTube channel for Let's Builds and Infinite Heights server contest videos. Head over to the Infinite Heights forums at InfiniteHeightsMC.com. Join me, my builds, and the great Infinite Heights community at play.infiniteheightsmc.com. There's some really cool dudes that hang out there. You will enjoy yourself if you do stop by. If you are a true Minecraft noob like I was back in the day, that's where I started, and everybody there was super nice, and they helped me get as good or as bad as I am right now, so I appreciate it. Thanks to that community. And, as always, like, comment, subscribe. I truly do appreciate every single view that I get. Every single one. I really do genuinely appreciate it, so I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I mean it. TheeRealDuke. I'm out.